No shock that the Celtics and the Cavs with the shortest odds to win the NBA Cup, but might be a bit more intriguing. The top three on the odds board, all Eastern Conference teams at 10-1 or better. It's the Knicks at the third spot. Then 7 Western Conference teams, maybe speaking to the depth that we have over there. All right, Joseph, do all the big name injuries around the NBA right now. We talked about Chet Holmgren, and he is just the tip of the iceberg, make it harder to handicap this event.
It's not so much the injuries, because I was going through a lot of this morning and last night to try to come up with something to talk about here, because you're trying to find an angle, right? What's the angle? What's the angle? First off, how many of these teams are motivated to play in this? We got to take that into account. That's big. Last year we saw Indiana and the Lakers. Neither one of them did all that much down the stretch. I know Indiana made a little bit of noise because they took advantage of the injuries to Milwaukee, I believe. But ultimately, it wasn't anywhere close to the two best teams. So when you're looking at Jokic, does he want to push it? Does Luka want to push it? One thing that stood out, one small thing, the Knicks got potted with a bunch of teams that are either banged up like Orlando with no Banchero, or some other teams that are kind of viewed to be inferior like Brooklyn. Winning their region is minus 130. I don't know if I want to go odds on, but 9-1 to compete, maybe they can make a run at it. But this, for me, with only 1 year of a data point, I'm coming up empty here. I really don't have an angle.
I would take shots. I think
that's a good way to look at it.
What is the point of betting on some of these favorites? What is the motivation? I think is one. A team, though, that has championship pedigree, but also might have motivation this year, the Golden State Warriors, post-Clay. If you haven't noticed, this team is one of the best stories in the NBA right now. They are a 9-2 ATS squad. They have road wins against the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers, I do believe. So they have been an awesome team thus far. 16-1 is the price right now. 22-1 it was yesterday, so I think the market is starting to catch up, but their pod may be difficult. I don't care. They have proven that the market doesn't quite have the price on the Warriors right. That's why they're covering so many games so far in this early juncture of the season. I think this should be priced closer to those favorites, under 10-1. I'll take Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, championship pedigree, deep rotation at 16-1.
I like the Kings. I know they're in the same group, but I'm with Joe. How are you handicapping this? You want to look at teams that are motivated to win. And the Kings won their group last year. They're 6-4 this season. DeRozan, of course, makes their offensive scoring attack much better, much more lethal. Their defense is ranked in the top 10. Clippers and Portland not being real big factors. I think they match up well against the T-Wolves, and they have the T-Wolves at home. I like the Kings, and I think you're getting some really good value there.
One angle I am going to deploy, and just file this one away because it's going to take a while, betting against whoever wins this thing right after, because the Lakers went right into the tank last year. They used up so much energy chasing this thing down. Everyone started talking, oh my God, is LeBron's team going to make a run at it? After that, boom, right into the toilet. It takes a lot down the stretch. You're going to be in Vegas. You're going to be playing games. It's right around the holidays. You're putting a little bit of emotional bandwidth into something that is really early in the season, and then you got to turn around and get up for games that mean nothing for months. So I'm looking for the big fade off the champion when we get to December.
That's fair. It did work fading the Lakers down the stretch last year.